My name is Ann Molin, and I am the host of the upcoming TEDx Stockholm Virtual Salon.
Citizen-driven innovation is that kind of innovation where the starting point is not making more money, but it's more trying to address the needs and the wants of the ordinary citizens, the broader community, you and me.
It's a call to action for everyone to take responsibility of their future and ours.
Government together with the private sector collaborating with the citizens to find a solution.
As people-joined contribution in raising awareness to shape the sustainable progress of society into the ideal one that we all deserve to live in.
Citizen-driven innovation describes why hackathons are so cool.
Improving the world and making it a better place by joining forces.
To me, citizen-driven innovation is at the very heart of democracy. It is when we all come together to create the world that we all want to live in tomorrow.
I'm so excited that you could be here. And I'm so excited to be here at our first ever virtual event. My name is Eva, and I'm the community team manager at TEDx Stockholm and the moderator of this event. On behalf of TEDx Stockholm, welcome. We think it's time to talk about all the good and all the positive that has come out of our communities in spite of the pandemic. It's been hard, it's been devastating, we know. That's why it's important to listen to our communities, believe in our collective intelligence, and focus on what we can do together. Hence why today we're going to talk about the idea citizen-driven innovation with Ann Molin, a national and international hackathon expert. And I promise this event will be fun. We will start with a discussion with me and Ann, which will lead into her presentation, and we will conclude with a Q&A. So where's the fun? Well, it's not just going to be polls. That was so 2019. We're in 2020, pandemic style. So that means polls, questions, and games. In fact, we have 2 games for you, one towards the beginning of the event and one right at the end. And the one right at the end is going to test your memory. So you better listen closely to our discussion, her presentation, and all the fun videos that we're going to show you during this event. Okay, so we're going to leave this up so that you can just keep joining and keep sending in your photos because we think that you're amazing, okay? So now I got to see some of you and you got to see me. So it's only fair that we bring in our host, Ann Molin. So let's do that. Woo! Fantastic. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much. It's an honor to be here today. Thank you, really.
It's an honor to have you. And for people back home, you are now the head of Hack for Earth at the Swedish Institute. For those that are joining us outside of Sweden, that's a governmental agency. You are the national curator for Sweden in the EU Commission's EU versus Virus initiative. That's so cool. And then, okay, you've also been the project manager for Hack the Crisis Sweden, which was in April this year. And you have another project manager position previously for Hack for Sweden mission in 2018 and 2019. I don't think I've said so many hacks and hackathons in 1 minute, seriously. So, oh my gosh, how did you end up in the hackathon world?
It's actually kind of an interesting story because I am a psychologist from the beginning. But I am a psychologist who really wanted to try my wings and to do something else. So I really feel that I've found my place in the world because hackathons are so interesting and really brings me so much joy.
Fantastic. And what has really inspired you from our communities these past months?
It's been, of course, as you said in the beginning, a devastating past time now, the few months. But it has also brought new possibilities and new ways of doing things that we didn't have before. And that's only natural. It's in a crisis, that's the way we act. So I would like to stress the fact that I've seen a willingness to help out and to go that extra mile, to really do that extra thing, come into the community. So to me, that has been magical, really.
Fantastic. And these past months, there have been so many hackathons, I've lost track. In fact, Hack the Crisis movement started in Estonia, right? Yeah. In the TED Connects video that we encourage people to watch before joining our virtual event for inspiration, emphasizes how governmental involvement is paramount, and how bringing people together that are diverse is crucial. And how has this been for you? And more importantly, how has it been going from a physical to a virtual hackathon?
You're absolutely right. I also believe it's imperative that all parts of society, and especially the public sector, is actively involved in the hackathons that are taking place right now. And the reason for that is that if we are to create solutions that is to be good for all of society, for the citizens to use, we need, of course, the government agencies and the public sector to be involved. And this is what we have seen to a larger extent, and also the mission and the real will to make these solutions come to life to an extent that I haven't seen before.
And so, given that you are a psychologist, this next question is quite interesting. Describe the value of bringing people together, even in a digital format.
In my experience, when people work together to solve a common goal, a common challenge, that is much more of an experience that builds trust than just talking together like this. So when you work in teams like you do in a hackathon, that experience makes a bond and makes connections that tend to stay afterwards. And that's why hackathons is such a great tool to bring down silos and break the borders, cross the borders, and create new connections that cross borders between countries, between people and organizations.
Fantastic. That was a nice intro to her presentation. So if you make your way over here, I have an announcement. It's game time. I did promise there was going to be one. And this one is called the spinning wheel moment. So, just as a recap, you get your phone, you go to stagecast.io, and you enter the code 0669. All of this information, do not worry, is right below the video. So, I want you to spin the wheel, okay? So, some lucky ones are going to win a discounted ticket to a physical, unforgettable TEDx Stockholm event. I wish you luck, and I hope that you are spinning the wheel. Now, remember, there is also one more game right at the end of the event. And this one is not going to test your luck. It's going to test your memory. And there will be other prizes available for grabs from our partner Oriflame, a cosmetics company founded in Sweden. So I hope you've had fun spinning the wheel, and congratulations to some of you who won. But I think it's time that we move on to Anne's presentation. So, until next time.
Ikväll vill jag vända mig direkt till er, det svenska folket. Det nya coronaviruset prövar vårt land, vårt samhälle och oss som medmänniskor.
Hello world, some code has been injected into our nucleotides. Corona's hit, and if we hope to get over this, we have to work together, it's the only fix. The science is saying it's highly contagious. You might not have symptoms, you might be a patient in a hospital, if there's any room left. Cause the truth is, too many humans, too few beds. Haven't you heard? To flatten the curve, we have to cancel plans to travel and abandon the urge. We need to grow up and be responsible. If we're not, then this problem's unsolvable. But impossible's a concept, no limit but our own minds. No time to act, but now it's go time. So what's the next step? Here's a path that's righteous. Let's write our own code, time to hack the crisis. Time to hack the crisis. Let's write our own code, time to hack the crisis.
Welcome again to a warm and sunny Stockholm. I hope that wherever you are in the world, that you are having a wonderful day. From 200 to 2 million people innovating in 2 years. That was the massive transformative purpose that I set for Hack for Sweden in 2018 when I became project manager. Some people said that I was absolutely crazy. This was a bad idea. Some flat out said that I would fail miserably. But now, 2 years later, 2 years down the road, I can say, and I'm happy to say, that we are close to reaching this goal. More about that later. The video that you just saw was from Hack the Crisis Sweden, the biggest online Hack the Crisis hackathon so far in a European country, with 7,439 participants from 91 countries, 160 partner organizations from both public and private sector, 200 mentors, 200 jury members, and all of this resulting in no less than 532 submitted solutions. The goal was to find real solutions to three things. And that was saving lives, saving communities, and saving businesses. This brought so many people together. Fantastic. The Hack the Crisis movement started in Estonia, an initiative by the Estonian president in the middle of March this year. This hackathon movement, the Hack the Crisis movement, in the next couple of weeks spread fast over Europe and all the way to other countries like Canada, Afghanistan, and India. The goal for all of them was just like Hack the Crisis Sweden, to save lives, save businesses, and save communities in response to the ongoing pandemic. Of course, there were challenges, but all of these were met, and all of these people working together, breaking down silos and breaking down borders for many countries. Fantastic. So, after the Hack the Crisis movement took off in Estonia and traveled all over Europe, the EU Commission invited to a pan-European hackathon called the EU versus Virus. The EU versus Virus brought no less than 22,000 people together from 91 countries. No, sorry, that was my fault. Even more, from 245 countries. And all of this resulting in more than 2,000 solutions. All of the 27 member states in the EU are in on this, and now the EU Commission is in close collaboration with the 27 member states, helping the 120 solutions come to life and bringing them further. The next step in the Hack the Crisis movement is bringing another group in that really needs to be taken into this, and that is children and young people. Children and young people are amongst the most vulnerable groups in society, and they are often affected most by crises like the one that we are going through now. That is why I am proud to say that I am part of inviting to Kids Hack the Crisis, an online global hackathon in collaboration with the Swedish Institute and UNICEF in the fall. This global hackathon will invite children and young people all over the world to take part in creating the solutions that to the challenges that they see. This means that they will be the ones creating the challenges, they will be the ones participating in the hackathon, and also children will be the ones deciding which solutions win. This way, children will be, it will be by children, with children, and for children. So, it is obvious that the Hack the Crisis movement is here to stay, and also that hackathons are here to stay. But before we go any further, there are two things that we need to sort out and to look a little deeper into. And the first one is hackathons. What is a hackathon? I would like for you to pick up your phones and answer this question. What is the words that come into mind when you think about a hackathon? Let's see if we get some answers behind me here. You know what a hackathon is, don't you? Most of you? I think you do. Oh, somebody thinks of the word future. Yes, I would agree. It has to do with the future. Someone else says challenge. Someone else thinks of innovation. Collective fun and innovation. That's a good one. Oh, now everything happens at the same time, like the ketchup bottle effect. Groups, collaboration, solutions, crowd intelligence, global brainstorming, design sprint event. Wow. Some really seriously smart people in this audience. So let's go to the definition of a hackathon. It's a competition in innovation. In a short period of time, usually between 24 to 48 hours, people, usually called hackers, meet and work in teams to find new digital solutions. Beforehand, there are challenges formulated, and these challenges are most often shaped as a question. And at the end of a hackathon, there is a jury who chooses the winners according to a predefined set of criteria. That is the short version. I loved what you said here. That was so many other thoughts about hackathons. In my experience, a hackathon can be a very powerful tool for innovation, but it can also be a very powerful tool for breaking down silos. The experience of working together on a common problem, a challenge, builds trust, and that trust can translate into crossing borders and to evolve collaboration. So that is the true power of hackathons. The other concept that we need to sort out is open data. What is open data? I would like for you to go to your phones again and answer What is open data? Any thoughts on that one? You know what open data is, don't you? I think you do. Some answers coming in. Okay, we're waiting a little bit more. I'm not gonna tell you before I get some more answers. Well, okay. A lot of you choose the first one. That's true. Yes. Open data is data that can be freely accessed, used, and shared. That is the simple definition. Open data can be found in public sector and in private sector. And the great part is that combining different sets of open data, that is how we can find new solutions that can bring great value to society. That's the short version of open data. In my view, open data is also the new gold today. Open data, I would go as far actually as to say that open data are or is the building blocks of our future. Open data is the foundation for hackathons like Hack for Sweden, but of course also Hack the Crisis Sweden and upcoming Hack for Earth. So it's a really valuable commodity. Okay, so now that we know what hackathons are and what open data is, let's go to the next question. Does this have any impact on democracy? Or actually, what does this have to do with democracy and citizen-driven innovation? When I started out as the new project manager for Hack for Sweden in 2018, I had never worked in the innovation industry or the hackathon world before. This gave me an unexpected advantage. I had a different perspective than everybody else. I didn't feel I had to prove anything, and I also felt free to question anything that didn't make sense to me. Among the first things I noticed that I wondered about was that at the very end of a hackathon, it was like standing in a big room full of yellow Post-its. Great ideas everywhere. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic to be surrounded with all these great ideas. But it was also obvious to me that all these great ideas had no real meaning, no impact if they were not made a reality. The second thing I noticed was that the people coming to hackathons was a very homogeneous group. Mainly white male programmers that are developers or programmers in the ages between 20 to 30. I love this target group. They're fantastic. And they are a big asset to hackathons, of course. There is only one problem. Science proves that height of innovation and creativity is favored in teams and groups with a lot of diversity. Diversity when it comes to age, gender, competence, and background. And we need the solutions for our future to have a lot of diversity and a lot of creativity and innovation, of course. The third thing I noticed was that the solutions coming out of Hack for Sweden, they seem to lack a sense of sustainability. They needed a greater focus on making this world a better place. This is why I set a foundation of 3 good things for Hack for Sweden. 1, sustainability. It needs to be good for Earth and have a clear focus on the 17 Sustainability Development Goals decided on by the United Nations. 2, it needs diversity. All parts of society need to be a part of it, an active part of it. And by all parts of society, I mean public sector, private sector, citizens, academia. And they have to take an active part. 3, impact. The solutions that come out of Hack for Sweden needed to become a reality. They needed to become real tools for the good of society, for the citizens to use. Okay. Sustainability, diversity, and impact. Do you think this had any effect? Go to your phones, and I want you to tell me whether you think this had any effect or not. Was there really impact? There's a lot of you who are saying yes to this. Yeah. And some of you are saying no. Yeah. Okay. I won't keep you waiting any longer. This is a matter of perspective, of course. I'll give you my version, and I'll give you what I think, and you be the judge. The government mission Hack for Sweden went from being a one-time hackathon event once a year, and a national one, of course, to being an international movement for citizen-driven innovation present all year round. From 29 government agencies being partners in our community to almost 100 partner organizations from both public and private sector. From 200 participants, hackers, in 2018 to over 7,000 participating as hackers in 2020. And from no ideas given the possibility to be made into real solutions to all of the winning ideas giving the possibility to realize their solution in 2020. And now I want to introduce you to 2 of the winning teams of Hack for Sweden 2019 that now are working tools for the good of society. Let's start with Team Extend. Team Extend won Hack for Sweden 2019 with a solution that makes experiencing anything from anywhere possible using virtual reality and 8 dimensions, 8D. Here's a video that explains the solution Team Extend and what it does. Go out there and be creative, be curious, but most of all, have fun at Hack for Sweden 2019.
And with that said, I will read our description of the winner here. This solution makes experience of life accessible to people with mobility restrictions.
We can see some real benefits of actually finding nice synergies of trying to, visualize events, getting people, people want content.
I think it's the best way to experience a festival or concert or any event really, while not being there.
And also the potential in augmented reality, where you have, it's basically unlimited potentials with what you can do.
The team intends to create an NGO that operates a platform for everyone to take part of experience through peer-to-peer VR technology and live streaming, even if they cannot travel due to mobility issues.
I'm too used to VR experiences, so this is one of my first actually. That is so weird because it's kind of like you feel very immersed in the festival. So kind of like to feel like I suddenly like I went somewhere and now I'm back here. It's kind of weird, but it was really nice. It was
I feel that I'm traveling to somewhere and get back again in only 1 second. That it's like I can embrace what I'm feeling right now. But it's great.
With a very positive impact for society. VR Sweden.
Anyone experience anything, anywhere.
That was Team Extend. And the next team I want you to meet is Team Ava. Team Ava also won Hack for Sweden 2019 with a solution that makes career guidance, high quality career guidance, available to young people, helping them to make the right career choices and helping them avoid making wrong career choices. So here's a video of Team Ava and their solution.
Close to a year ago, we participated in Hack for Sweden's annual hackathon with our idea, Ava. The idea was to use an AI-powered chatbot to host a self-evaluative conversation about one's educational and professional choices. We wanted to create an unbiased space where individuals could express and discover their ambitions, personal traits, and priorities. At the time, Ava was merely a prototype, but fortunately the jury placed their belief in our concept and in us. Hyped with confidence we were going to conquer the world, we developed our idea further and founded a company. Throughout the summer, Ava developed to a more comprehensive platform for automated study and vocational guidance for students in elementary and secondary school. Passionate about providing scalable career guidance for all individuals without them paying, we started meeting with municipalities and schools to understand how we could make them our customer. We met a lot of representatives from authorities like the Swedish Employment Services, the National Agency for Education, and so on. Throughout meetings, seminars, events, we realized the massive potential for developing the infrastructure for open data. The necessary building blocks to realize our planned service were just not there yet. Today, we have pivoted and broadened our business scope. We still work actively with developing automated study and career guidance for young adults, but also apply our technology for job coaching employment seekers. Furthermore, we offer consultancy services for aiding digital development for actors in the education and labor market. We aim to provide a user-driven perspective, forcing the system at large to focus on the needs of the citizens. Sweden has a cultural habit of working silo-oriented and building walls between different sectors and industries. But binary numbers sees no borders. Hack for Sweden and Hack for Earth does this better than anyone, and we're thrilled to be a part of the journey.
And we are thrilled to have you with us on this journey, Team Ava. Also, one of the winning solutions from Hack for Sweden 2019, which is now a working solution. Now, the government mission, Hack for Sweden and Hack the Crisis Sweden, is taken over and under the wings of the Government Agency of Digitalization, DIG. And I must find a new challenge to take on. Do you remember the massive transformative purpose I mentioned in the beginning? From 200 to 2 million people innovating in 2 years? Well, I would like to invite you to go global with me and Hack for Earth. Hack for Earth is an initiative by the Swedish Institute and the Swedish Pavilion at the next World Exhibition, Expo 2021. Hack for Earth is going to be a virtual global hackathon inviting over 100,000 people all around the world to participate. The goal to find real solutions to the 17 Sustainability Development Goals, the SDGs. And anyone can, of course, participate from anywhere in the world. To formulate the challenges in Hack for Earth, we are going to launch an interactive campaign called Dream for Earth. Dream for Earth will invite you to share your dreams for the world in the year 2045. And all the dreams that we collect, that will be connected to the 17 SDGs, of course. That is what we will build the challenges on. I would like to finish by quoting a person I really admire, who stood on this very stage 2 years ago. The one thing we need more than hope is action. We can't save the world by playing by the rules. The rules have to be changed. Everything needs to change. And it has to start today. These words belong to climate activist Greta Thunberg. Greta's words from her TEDx Stockholm talk in 2018 still speaks with perfect clarity. We must change the rules and invite all people to change the world together with us. The time has come for action. The sense of urgency we may have lacked before is here. The time has come to invite all the citizens to shape our future, reinventing democracy with citizen-driven innovation. It is time. It is time to hack for Earth.
Today, we use 100 million barrels of oil every single day. Flooded cities, tens of thousands of dead people, and whole nations leveled to piles of torn down buildings. But the one thing we need more than hope is action. What we do or don't do right now, me and my generation can't undo in the future. Either we go on as a civilization or we don't. Because if the emissions have to stop, then we must stop the emissions. So we can't save the world by playing by the rules. Because the rules have to be changed. Everything needs to change. And it has to start today.
What a powerful video. Oh my goodness. And now it's time for you audience members to send in your questions to our host. And as you do that, and let me remind you, you get your mobile phone, you go to stagecast.io and enter the code 0669. And while you think of it, I have some questions here from online. So as a citizen to get involved in a hackathon, how easy is it, and how can you get into a team when you don't have one?
Anyone can participate in a hackathon. That is the entire idea of both Hack for Sweden and Hack for Earth. And it's important that anyone can. So if you sign up as a hacker, we will help you to be connected with a team that matches your competence and what you want to do, what you want to accomplish, and what challenge you want to work with. So that is not an issue. If you want to sign up with a team of your own, that is of course possible as well. And you don't have to be a coder, developer, or programmer. We of course need that competence. That is very important. But we also need people from so many other kinds of backgrounds and with other competences. So you can be a physiotherapist, or you can be a climate expert, or you're a mathematician, whatever. Everybody's needed. And even if you're just a very engaged citizen who see that in my area here, in my hometown, the traffic jams, somebody should do something about that. And I have an idea. Sign up. Yeah.
That's great. And I'm sure, given the digital format, you get mentors from all over the world. So this is fantastic.
Definitely. A lot of very high-level mentors participated in our hackathons before, and I'm really thinking that this will be the case for Hack for Earth as well. That has not been an issue, getting people. It's really easy to get mentors. That's not hard.
That's a good first step. Right. Yes. And during this time now with the crisis, how easy or difficult has it been to get the public agencies on board and the private agencies on board to interact and move things along?
Given the special times that we are in, one of the very positive things that I have seen is that the will to participate and join in and go that extra mile and to give of your time and your services has been it's been paramount. It's been magic. I can't express it. I lack words to describe this. The massive interest from both public and private sector to help out in any way they can. And it's not just that you want to contribute with money. That is good. But we also need competence. We need hardware and software and all kinds of connections. That is also very useful. So all these things are important, and it's obvious that right now is a time when people and organizations are more prone to help out than ever before. Yes.
And actually, before we move on, I have my personal question to you.
Exciting, a personal question.
I know.
To you. I can't
have
wait.
you been a hackathon participant? Not an organizer, participant.
I have. That was the very first time I got in contact with the hackathon world and the innovation world, actually, was when I participated in my very first hackathon that was organized by a unit called Digital Innovation Center, Digitalt Innovationscenter, at the government agency of employment where I worked a few years back. And that really made an impact on me. I thought it was a fantastic format and the experience of, as I said before, working together with people that you have never met before and to form connections with people that have competence and backgrounds that I usually don't meet. That was amazing. So
thank you.
Here I am.
And we're very glad for it. So now it's time to get the questions from the audience. Sorry to keep you waiting, but I had to ask. So you get to choose what you want to answer.
Oh, many questions. Oh, where do we start? Let's see. Where do I find more info on Hack for Earth? That's a good one. There is a website called hackforearth.com. So go to www.hackforearth.com. And we're also on social media. You can follow us there. So LinkedIn, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. And if you want, follow me. I will also provide more information about Hack for Earth when it starts. Yes.
Okay.
How do I register for Hack for Earth? Yes, we will come back with registration. It will be next year somewhere because it's in 2021. And is it open to non-coders? Yes, it is. What do you think are the main areas that can benefit the most from this initiative? Hack for Earth, I assume we're talking about here. Well, I think I wouldn't be doing this otherwise, that there is huge potential and possibilities for the entire world to actually find and create real solutions that are grounded in the people and their views, and also grounded within the entire society, and to really find real solutions that work for our future. And we are more dependent on each other than we have ever been before. So that's why it's imperative that we create solutions that transcend borders. And this is one way of doing that, creating solutions that transcend borders with Hack for Earth. So in what areas? Yep, the 17 Sustainability Development Goals. That is the areas that we need to focus on primarily. But which ones? We'll see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we have here. Oh, we have a nice polite thanks for the content and fun.
That's nice. That's nice.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for joining. It's been great. Okay. Do you think that the hackathon approach will ever become part of mainstream education? Well, I hope so. I hope so.
That's a really good question.
Yeah. My children are actually asking me all the time, when can I participate in a hackathon?
Soon, right?
Yeah, and I'm saying, yeah, sure. I'll come to your school and we'll do a hackathon. It doesn't, usually the hackathons that I've been organizing is based on open data. But of course you can organize hackathons that are not based on open data. The idea of collecting people and gathering and trying to solve common challenges together in a set period of time, I really believe that's a very powerful tool, even when it comes to not be about open data and digital solutions.
Exactly, and there's no challenge too small, right?
Definitely not.
Everything matters.
Definitely.
So we have time now for one more question or so. So which one would you like?
Do you have to have a team beforehand on the hackathon? We actually asked on that one already. No, you don't. Having the
How about what solution through a hackathon is very close to your heart? Are you allowed to say?
Well, I can talk about the ones that won Hack for Sweden 2019, but because they already won, I think.
Yeah.
All of them were good. There were six winners in the Hack for Sweden 2019. And the ones that are close to my heart are the ones that really try to help other people in some way. And the main winners were actually that. But also, there was one of the winners in the EU versus virus that came from Sweden, actually. That's so cool because so many participants, as I said, 22,000 participants from 245 countries.
Wow.
And little Sweden goes and wins and is one of those 120 team that is now coming further. And that team is a team, I won't say what their name is, but they formulated a solution that helps people who are exposed to domestic violence in the home, which we are seeing now, unfortunately, is becoming more of. So those kind of solutions are very close to my heart.
Nice.
Yes.
And a nice way to round up
Yes.
our Q&A. So, ladies and gentlemen, before we move on to the quiz, I want to say thank you to our Anne. That was lovely. You can please make your way over to there.
Thank you for having me. It's been great. Thank you.
It's my turn to say thank you to all of you for tuning in. It's been a real privilege, and it's been so fun being able to see you as well with your photos and selfies and interacting. I hope it's been as much fun for you as it's been for me. So, until next time, have fun with the quiz and have fun in life and stay safe. My name is Eva, and this was a TEDx Stockholm virtual salon. Goodbye.